Hey guys, this is me. Ooh, electric bikes. Well, guys, I guess for those who may come in to watch and they see the name of the video, of the name of this live stream, it's going to be a little different from what I've been doing recently because I've been wanting to do something for a while now, and I just have not been able to actually get it done. And that is, I was going to do like a video for like a whole bunch of, because in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been getting a lot of WWE books. Oh no, they got zonked. Within the last like 1.5, 2 years, I've been getting a lot of wrestling books, WWE books, and I wanted to show you guys my books because I've been wanting to make like a video for them for a while, but I haven't just been able to do. But I haven't done that yet, so I just figured, and I figured I've got some time today. I've got time today, so I figured I'd just do it on like a live stream. Yeah, whoever just liked my live stream, thank you for doing that. Who just gave who just gave me a like? Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of books here. And I'm just gonna start with the first one I had. The first one I got, I'm pretty sure Okay. Oh, great. Looks like I'm gonna have to. Sorry, guys, but I gotta do that. Sure. I got this. Those of you who come on to my live streams for the WWE stuff, I got this book. I don't know exactly when, but it's been like a long time, at least a year, maybe a year and a half since I got this. And it's basically just a book about The Rock. Hey, Joe. Yeah, I got this book like at least a year and a half ago, and it's about The Rock. And I thought, damn. And it said, and I got this from a place called Ollie's. For those of you who maybe don't know where I got this book, and for those of you who may not know what Ollie's is, it's basically just a store where you can buy certain things like food and a bunch of stuff at prices that are cheaper than the regular stores. And they have a big section of just books. And within the last year and a half, I've been getting a whole lot of like books, a whole lot of like wrestling books. And I got this one. Was the first one I ever got. And it basically just gives you just a. But also the first page, and like here, and like right here, the first couple pages, it's like an overview of just like the family of like the Fox family and the Anawai family and whatnot. And then this page, and then the bottom of this page actually gives you the actual family tree, of every single member of the Anawai and the Johnson Mafia family. Like, this book is cool. This book is cool. Besides, I'm a huge fan of The Rock, so it just seemed like a no-brainer for me to get it. And then like this page just gives us like an evolution of The Rock, like what he used to look like when he first debuted, up to nowadays, like he definitely wore some interesting shirts. He definitely wore some interesting shirts, like this, like that bull one that has his symbol on it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this book has a bunch of like, and then here, and then this page is like a whole bunch of just The Rock's famous catchphrases. Yeah, I love. Yeah, like just very. Yeah, some of the more famous ones, like finally The Rock has come back to whatever, insert her city. I mean, some of these I know are more. Some of these are more recognizable to me because I've heard him say them a lot more than certain other ones. Like take a right at the end of Jabroni Drive and check it right into the SmackDown Hotel. I've never heard him say that one before. So shine it up real nice, flip it sideways. I've never heard of that. I heard that one before. This just, I mean, this book is so interesting. It's so interesting. I mean, it also even gives us a slight overview of his early years when he was a football player for the University of Miami. I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. I did not know that. Like when I bought this book, I did not know that. I did not know that he was a football player for the University of Miami. And this, okay, I changed my name, but okay. And then this shows you the Nation of Domination, the popular group that he was in the late 90s before he eventually ventured on his own. And we all know the original leader of the group, Farouk, later became a tag team with John Bradshaw Layfield as the APA. So, and actually, that's something I also didn't know because at the time I knew Farouk or AKA Ron Simmons was a part of that tag team with JBL called the APA, but I didn't know that he was. But I didn't know he was like the leader of this group, the Nation of Domination. And there's a couple of people that were in here in this group that I didn't even really know it really at all. Like Savio Vega, I don't even know who he is. Kama, I don't know who he is. PG-13, I've never heard them. Everybody else, though, I knew. I knew basically from like Owen Hart, Ahmed Johnson, Mark Henry, Crush, Dio Brown. Clarence Mason, I don't know very much, but obviously he's like a lawyer of some sort, so that's probably what he was. I guess I don't know. But that's it also gives you just an overview of some of The Rock's famous rivalries. his early rivalries with DX, uh, Mankind, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it also gives an overview of some key matches, specifically the Royal Rumble match from 2000. Also, it's got some of The Rock's famous, I guess you could say, zingers and sayings where he would, like, I guess, insult some of the other WWE superstars. Like on a, let's see, July 11th, SmackDown 2002, he has, I guess, a moment with Kurt Angle in the ring, and he basically says, all the stars came out. You've got The Rock, Buster Rhymes, and Dr. Evil himself right here. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I've never seen the Austin Powers movies, like but I have seen commercials on TV that have Dr. Evil. Like, I think recently, I think they did like a car commercial with Dr. Evil. And yes, he is bald. He's bald, just like Kurt Angle. And I totally get it. I totally get it. They're both bald. Let's see. Yeah. Uh, yeah, The Rock, the Rock apparently, the Rock apparently liked to, the Rock apparently liked to insult Chris Jericho the most. I don't know why, but he has a lot, they have a lot of insults, a lot of stuff in here in which the, in which he's making fun of Chris Jericho a lot. Yeah, see, it's like a whole bunch of like. Yeah, it also talks about his key match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at the WrestleMania 19, which is cool. Which is just so cool. Also, this has some of his Attitude Era rivals, like Chris Jericho, Ken Shamrock, Booker T, and Big Show. Let's see. The Undertaker and Kurt Angle, even though this one's more like a wasn't necessarily a rival from what I'm reading, from what I read. Hulk Hogan and Triple H, obviously, because Triple H is like his mortal enemy, just like him and Stone Cold, but at least him and Stone Cold made up and are now like friendly towards each other. And then the last few pages are basically of his rivalry with John Cena, because we all know that rivalry was pretty intense. And then the last sort of few pages are basically just an archive of some of The Rock's matches from over the years. Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. That's basically it for this book. That's it for this book. Now I'm gonna let y'all see the next book that I got. I'm just gonna go in order of when I got the books. So the second book that I eventually got was this one. Was this one? Raw, the first 25 years. if you if you see very closely the sticker should be in. If you can't see the sticker, it says their price $21.99. So basically, if I'd gotten this from any other store other than the store that I got it from, I would have probably paid $22 for this book. And I only paid $7. I only paid $7 for this book. And I would have, and then at any other place I would have paid $7. I would have paid $22. I know it is cool because you basically just get to, yeah, it basically just talks about, and look at this, look at this, look at this page right here. Forward, the forward of this book, the first page of this book, the forward, signed by Vince McMahon. By Vince McMahon. This whole line, this whole word, all these words right here, written by Vince McMahon himself. These are Vince McMahon's words, and that I guess is his signature, which I don't know how that's a signature because that doesn't. Or maybe that's just a V and an M, a V and an M for Vince McMahon. But I can't believe he actually wrote words for this book. It basically just gives you just an overview. It just goes from year to year, talking about certain Raw episodes and stuff. Because like the first page is like 1993, April, July 11th, January 11th, which was I guess the first official Monday Night Raw episode. The first episode featured some hilarious cameos from Bobby the Brain Heenan. Oh, okay. Apparently, Bobby Heenan also resorted to dressing as an elderly woman to get entry into the Manhattan Center. Like, yeah, right. January 25th episode of Raw was the site of the Nature Boy. Was the site was Oh yeah, January 25th was the episode in which we saw the loser leaves WWE match between Nature Boy Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect. Obviously, we know who won that match because we didn't see Ric Flair for at least another 8 years. And after he left WWE, he probably went to WCW. And that is Giant Gonzalez. Obviously, this guy is the tallest WWE superstar to ever be in the WWE. I'm pretty sure he is the tallest. They show it. It says down here, it's like with multiple giants. None have stood as tall as Giant at 8 feet. 8 feet. This guy is 8 feet. This guy is 8 feet. I don't know of any WWE superstar that was 8 feet. I mean, yes, we've seen a bunch of superstars that were like 7 foot or like 7 foot 1, 2. I can't remember how tall Great Khali was. I think he was like 7'3", 7'4", and like 420 pounds or whatnot. But he was a giant. But this Giant Gonzalez, he's taller than that. You basically got a whole bunch of. You got like a whole bunch of different. I mean, and and it also at times gives you like introducing like in a certain year they will give you like they will give you like run down on like a superstar that debuted that year, like July 22nd, 1998 was when Edge debuted on Raw. He, I mean, he didn't even have that great of a match against some guy named Jose Estrada. I guess that was when he had his first match ever on WWE television. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, who all remembers this? I mean, who all remembers this? Who all remembers this? It's basically, yeah, yeah. Steve Austin comes to the ring with like a hose. Yeah, he drives a beer truck into the arena and proceeds to hose down the corporation. But then Austin can't. But then, but then by the end of it, Steve Austin's also using the hose to. Yeah, but then Steve Austin starts drinking the beer from the hose himself. Like, that's just a little unsanitary, but he likes beer, obviously. Obviously, he likes beer. Okay, question for all of you guys. For anybody that's watching, who remembers this? Who remembers this? Because that looked. I'm just gonna let you guys know if I'd been there, I would have been like covering my eyes the entire time. Like, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? In one of the more disturbing moments in Raw history, Undertaker attempted to marry Stephanie McMahon in a black wedding ceremony. Yeah, and apparently the guy who eventually saved Stephanie was was actually Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, this may have been one of the few times where he put his personal feud with the McMahons on hold because he may have just hated the Undertaker and just hated what the Undertaker was trying to do. I mean, I don't know why he was the one that eventually saved Stephanie, but hey, it is what it is. It happened, and we can't change history. No, we can't change history. Oh yeah. How about when Vince McMahon revealed himself to be the man behind the Ministry of Darkness? That was one of the stupidest endings to a storyline I ever heard. Like, I mean, yeah, it says few moments in WWE history are as well remembered as Vince McMahon revealing himself to be the mysterious greater power in the Ministry of Darkness. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Like what? Like what the hell? Sorry, I said the word hell, but hey, it doesn't matter. Like, this is just like. I mean, this book is so cool. This book is so cool. And now I'm going to show you guys the third book. I got 5 books here. I got 5 books here. I'm going to show you the third one now. The one that I know is the third book that I got. I don't know if any of you guys are still here, but I think I might as well just WWE. Let's see. WWE. Absolutely everything you need to know. And I'm just going to tell you guys, this book could be the basis for some great trivia. In fact, for those who maybe don't know, I actually got one of my... No, shut up, MJF. I just got a tweet notification from MJF. Great. Like, I need that. Yeah. Those of you who maybe don't know, I used to be a part of a stream called Matt Choice Keto World Wrestling, and I got a question. I had a question. It was for one of my titles one time, and I got my question from this book. Let's see. I want to let you. I want to show you which. Let's see. This is my. Any see of in the history of the WWE United States Championship, only 5 superstars have ever held the title for over 300 days. Which name at least 3 of the 5 supers? Name at least 3 of the 5 supers. I can't remember what the question actually was, but this was the question. I was about the. These are the 5 men who have won the United States Championship and held it for over 300 days. For those of you who maybe don't know why I did that question on that stream, this was it. Like Dean Ambrose, MVP, Rick Rude, Nikita Koloff, and Lex Luger are the only 5 men in history to ever hold the U.S. title for more than 300 days in one single reign. In one single reign. I'm sure they've all held the title on multiple occasions, but they've held. But this was like for just like one particular reign as the U.S. champion. Yeah. This basically just shows you just basically everything you ever need to know about WWE. It shows you the icons like Andre the Giant, Bruno Sammartino. It even gives you I mean, and it also gives you a rundown of some of that superstar's greatest rivals, like some of Bruno Sammartino's best rivals. Kira Kowalski, Gorilla Monsoon, George the Animal Steel, and Ivan Koloff. Don't know who any of those guys are, except for maybe Gorilla Monsoon because only because I've heard of him. And Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. Yeah. Yep. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Victory Randy Savage with his queen, Sensational Sherry. With his queen, Sensational Sherry. I don't know if I like her very much. She seemed like a real diva back before divas were actually a thing. And she seemed like she wasn't one of those people that took crap from anybody, whether it was a woman or a man. Well, let's just put it this way. She, like Luna Vachon, scares me. She, like Luna Vachon, scares me. Those are probably two of the most scariest women in the history of WWE. And I'll even add in there Bull Nakano, and just for the hell of it, Mae Young, because the things that Mae Young has done, like if you watch, let me ask some of you guys, have any of you ever seen Bad Blood 2003? The 2003 Bad Blood. It was I guess it was because I guess we had gotten like a SmackDown exclusive pay per view that year, which was Vengeance. Have any of you seen Bad Blood 2003? Because I know that year we also had a SmackDown exclusive pay per view, which was Vengeance, and then Bad Blood that year was a Raw exclusive pay per view. I just wanted to know if anybody has seen that, because I got both Vengeance and Bad Blood 2003 on DVD, and I've watched it. And I just wanted to see if anybody had seen that, because for Bad Blood that year, we got like a redneck triathlon. Come on, this sucks. Now, come on. Stupid internet. I was saying, at Bad Boy 2003, we got a redneck triathlon between Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I don't know if Danny's watching this, but if he is, I'm just wondering what he thought of that. If he saw that pay-per-view, and what he would have thought about that redneck triathlon. Because at one point, and I really, really, really hope that YouTube does not take this video down because of what I'm about to say. Because they did a segment. So I think it was like the second to last or the final part of the redneck triathlon was a pie eating contest, and apparently it wasn't nearly as what I thought it was. Because first time I saw it, first time I had seen it, I saw it, and they said pie eating contest. I thought, okay, they're just gonna be eating pie, like food. But what they actually meant was divas, and unfortunately for Eric Bischoff's pie was Mae Young. Yeah, and she gave her, and they kissed, and he thought that was the extent of the rules for the pie eating contest. But apparently that wasn't quite. Apparently that was not. The deal was not the whole pie eating contest. The whole rules of the pie eating contest was actually not to kiss. You could kiss the pie. I'm sorry, I can't even talk about it. It's so gross. It's so gross and disturbing. She literally takes off her dress. She takes off her dress and then just proceeds to straddle him in the in a corner of the ring. And it is so disturbing. I literally almost threw up the first time I saw it because it was just so like come on. I don't even know how old Mae Young was at the time, like a 70, 80-year-old woman, just like basically having sex with Eric Bischoff on WWE television, that was like, ugh. Woo, dang, like damn. What was WWE? What was WWE thinking at the time? What were they thinking? Oh my gosh, what were they thinking? Yeah, let's see. But enough about that. But enough about that because I don't want to, like, yeah. It's, yeah, this book has just about everything you want. They have like, and then this section of the book has like superstar as super the managers has some of the best managers like Paul Bearer, Paul Heyman's guys like Big Show, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Kurt Angle. But he also was a Curtis Axel. He also had Curtis Axel and Cesaro at one point as well. And you'd think that Cesaro, being a Paul Heyman guy, would have been pushed pretty good because, if anything, most of like all of the guys, all of these four guys in this book that are listed as Paul Heyman guys, all of them were WWE champion or world heavyweight champion at some point during their career. Like CM Punk, Big Show, Brock Lesnar, and Kurt Angle were all WWE or world heavyweight champion at some point. And you would have thought that, I mean, Curtis Axel wasn't even close to being as good as, as some of those other guys that were Paul Heyman guys, but Cesaro could have been big, and WWE like just wasted him because they didn't see him as main event level talent. Well, I'm glad AEW sees him differently than WWE did because they gave him a world championship. And people want to say it's just Ring of Honor World Championship. It doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much. Like Ring of Honor isn't even that big, so it's not like it means anything. It's a world championship, people. It's a world championship, okay? I mean, it doesn't even matter how big Ring of Honor is or isn't. It's a world championship, okay? That's something Cesaro was never ever going to get in WWE. Cesaro was never going to be a world champion in WWE. Vince McMahon, the booking of his feud with Vince McMahon, of his feud with Roman Reigns, and his subsequent feud with Seth Rollins, and the few matches that he had after his feud with Roman Reigns, in which he lost basically his rematch with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, and then lost his Money in the Bank qualifying match. I think it was either with Seth Rollins or the Sami Zayn. That basically just proved that that push that he got that feud with Roman Reigns was going to be the one and only time he was ever going to get a shot at a world title, and he wasn't even going to win, and he wasn't even going to win. Like Vince McMahon made it pretty clear to all of us that Cesaro was never going to be a main event superstar, and he was never going to win a world title. At least AEW saw him as a world champion type material. Yes, he's not. He does not have the AEW World Championship, but he has a World Championship. Period. Okay. So, in my mind, a World Championship is a World Championship. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter where. No matter what company it is. It's just. It's better than what he was getting in WWE. Let's see. Other manager. Yeah. And then this book also gives you just a review of like overall like the championships, like the WWE Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the women's championship. The Universal Championship, and this one was basically, I guess, this book was recently done. It's probably recently done. I don't know when the book was actually done. Oh, okay. Yeah, this book was done in 2007. This book was made in 2017. So obviously, this would have been like right. This book would have been made like right after the Universal Championship had been kept, had been done, had been made. Not yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I will eventually. But I will eventually get to watching that match. From what I know, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know exactly who won or who didn't win. So I'll check that out too. And then this one about the United States Championship, which I already showed you guys. And then there's the Tag Team Championships. And then let's see. Oh yeah, and this one's King of the Ring. This one's about the King of the Ring. There's no like championship you can win from it, but it's just like a title. I guess it's just like a title that you can. And then this page, and this page is all about retired championships. Yeah, the World Heavyweight Championship was the first World Championship to be exclusive to Raw. And we all know why they did that. It was because at the time Brock Lesnar had just won the undisputed title and was refusing to defend it on Raw since he was officially, I guess, a SmackDown superstar. And so Eric Bischoff decided to create a new World Heavyweight Championship. And okay, I did not know this. But apparently before WWE created the Women's Tag Team Championships in 2019, we already had Tag Team Championships. Like WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Apparently WWE had a Women's Tag Team Championships before in like the the 80s. Because it has like a picture of like the Glamour Girls defeated the Jumping Bomb Angels in 1988. And it also shows the Divas title and the ECW title. Obviously, though, all of those are retired championships. And they also have a section that's based on factions, stables, and tag teams, like in the New Day, Let's see, D-Generation X. Obviously, that's one of the best factions in WWE history. Jimmy and Jay Uso. Jay and Jimmy Uso. Obviously, the NWO, the New World Order. Ah, yes. The Four Horsemen. Like, this is a good one. This is a good faction. A good stable. One of the best of all time, obviously. And then there's Bubba Ray, and Devon Dudley. 3D, Dudley Death Drop. There's the Legion. They have the Legion of Doom. They have Edge and Christian. And I guess they considered this a faction or like a stable. The Heenan family. It just gives you just a rundown on it gives you a rundown of some of the apparently the first four members The first four members of the Heenan family, Paul Orndorff, Ken Patera, King Kong Bundy, and Big John Studd. My friend didn't need it at best. Jeez. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. The authority. The authority. The vaunted authority. Yep. The authority. Renting the events. Yeah. 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 WrestleMania. It even gives you a little overview of like NXT and just like the Performance Center. And yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, the NXT Women's Championship talks about the Dusty Classic. The Dusty Classic, which is pretty neat. Wow, this lady just won. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Now let's see. Now let's go on to my fourth book. My fourth book, which is SmackDown 20 years and counting. 20 years and counting. There's really nothing for me to. What? There's really nothing for me to. I mean, it doesn't. This book doesn't really need any explaining because it's basically just the same thing as my Raw the first 25 years. This book originally $25. If you take a look, originally 25. Can you see that? Originally $25. I paid $7 for it. I'm basically saving $18 on a book that will probably be worth $100 maybe someday. I don't know, but I don't really need to talk. So I don't really even need to show you guys what's in that book because it's basically just the same as my Raw 25 years book. But this is the last one I got, and this one I like a lot. This is WWE Greatest Rivalries. Greatest Rivalries. This basically has some of the best rivalries in WWE history, from the classic, and it even classifies which era it was in. Like the first 68 pages are nothing but classic era, or any year before 1996. 1996, I'm sure, was when the 1996, I'm sure, was when the Attitude Era began. 96 and 97 was when the Attitude Era began. And so it gives, so this basically gives us the classic era, the Attitude Era, which was, or ruthless aggression era from like 2000, from like 97 to like 2002, and then the modern era, which is 2003 going forward, and then 2003 going forward. So it's basically just up until the most recent feud, which I guess was Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, because this book was 2019. This book was done in 2019. In 2019, so this book has one of the most recent feuds from 2018, which was Styles and Nakamura. That was a good feud, except I believe there was just too many low blows used in this feud. Woo! A new season of Let's Make a Deal starts this Monday. Woo! Fun! Like, let's see, like some of the greatest, like Bruno Sammartino versus Billy Graham versus Superstar Billy Graham. And I know when someone says Billy Graham, you'll probably immediately think of the televangelist Billy Graham, the televangelist guy who did all those TV specials. But apparently there was a WWE superstar named Billy Graham. I mean, I wouldn't have known that. I mean, I don't remember there being a superstar named Billy Graham. Let's see. Like Andre the Giant versus uh, versus Hulk Hogan. Don Morocco versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Oh yes. Anybody who remembers this feud? Larry Zbyszko versus Bruno Sammartino. That's a good feud. They're basically like Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd. That was not a good feud. Let's see. Some of the more recognizable feuds that people probably remember. Like Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Ravishing Vic Rude. Like, ugh. Yeah, and this has some other great rivalries like Heart Foundation versus Nasty Boys. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Mr. Perfect versus Nature Boy Ric Flair. Oh yes. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels. That's a great feud. Bret Hart versus Jerry Lawler. That was a good feud. Although I can't. Yeah, like. Oh, great. Yokozuna versus Lex Luger. And listen to this, what he said. Like, American athletes are just like American products. They're no good. Banzai. Whatever. Like, whatever. Yeah, that was. I mean, I would have screamed like a girl if that had happened to me. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not a fan of snakes. I'm just not a snake fan. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, yes. Family versus family. Brother versus brother. Bret versus Owen Hart. Who remembers this feud? Who remembers this feud? The match at WrestleMania. The Ratch. Ratch. The match at WrestleMania. That was great. That was great. I'm wondering when we're gonna get another match like that at WrestleMania, or just another match like that. Period. In which we have two brothers in WWE who just fight each other. I mean, we could have Jay and Jimmy Uso fight each other at some point, or Jay or Sikoa Solo, or Jimmy and Solo. Who knows if it ever gets to that. Okay, now here's the Attitude Era. Obviously, this is a good feud. Bret versus Shawn Michaels. Bret versus Shawn Michaels, the infamous Montreal Screwjob. The infamous Montreal Screwjob. That feud was epic. It was interesting enough is that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart eventually reconciled and put their differences aside, but apparently Vince McMahon couldn't. Apparently, even after 13 years, even after 12 years, Vince McMahon still couldn't find it in his heart to just forgive Shawn Michaels because I guess in his mind, in his own words, you deserved to get screwed. Right? You deserve to get screwed. And I don't know how my Vince McMahon impression is, but I think that would be a pretty good impression because I know he uses that low raspy growl in his voice sometimes when he's like really saying something mean, when he really wants to say something mean to somebody. Yes, The Rock versus Triple H. Yes, Mankind versus The Undertaker. Mankind versus The Undertaker. That was good. That was a good feud. Now, let's see. I know there's a match in here. So this, this was probably a crazy feud. This was probably a crazy feud. And not very many people probably remember this feud. Brian Pillman versus Goldust. I mean, Goldust really had only this to say to go to Brian Pillman. Pillman, you're crazy. And yes, he was. But then again, Goldust is kind of bizarre himself, so it kind of made sense that both of them were like nuttier than a fruitcake. It's a good thing that both of them were like nutty as a fruitcake because then because then if either one of them had been like normal in any way, the feud probably wouldn't have worked as well because both of these superstars have probably been classified at some point as a little crazy, a little weird, and a little abnormal, and a little out there. So I think the feud worked. I think because of that. Let's see. Undertaker versus Kane. This is a good feud. Good feud. Woo! You got the prize. Whatever it was, you got the prize. Mankind versus The Rock. And Chris Jericho's rivalries. Chris Jericho had a lot of rivalries. Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. That was a good. Oh my god. One of the first, at least as far as I know, one of the first intergender feuds between a female and a male superstar. China versus Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental Championship. Like, this feud was intense. Excuse me. And I just want to ask right now, what the hell is a good housekeeping match? What the hell is a good housekeeping match? Apparently, that was the ending. The ending of the feud was a good housekeeping match at No Mercy 1999 for the Intercontinental Championship. Like, obviously, she won the title, but like, what in the world is a good housekeeping match? I mean, apparently, it's a match. It's basically just a no disqualification type match in which household appliances are used, like an iron. Yeah, like, I guess just basic household appliances and stuff that you would use around your house are used in the match, and you can use them as weapons and stuff. Like, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, what in the world was the people thinking that time? Lita versus Trish Stratus. That was a good feud. Ah, yes, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardy Boys. Definitely a good feud. Booker T versus The Rock. Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam. That was a good feud. Ooh, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. Wasn't that an entertaining match at WrestleMania 18? And it's interesting that we then got that match. Then we got that, and then, like, after that match at WrestleMania 18, they had like one more match. And then they in 2003, and then we got the that and then we got that opening segment from WrestleMania 30, that classic segment in which we had basically three of the biggest superstars of all time: Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock in the same ring, opening up WrestleMania 30. Like, damn. And I'm just gonna chalk it up to old age, but yeah. When WWE first uploaded that segment to their YouTube channel, I watched it for the first time, and apparently, and the crowd as well as the commentators were laughing at the moments in which Hulk Hogan was famously mispronouncing the name of the venue they were in, because they were in the Superdome, not the Silverdome. And Michael Cole was saying like, Hulk Hogan thinks he's at WrestleMania 3. Thinks he's at WrestleMania 3. And I mean, I'm guessing Hulk Hogan was just excited for WrestleMania, and that could have been the reason why he just mispronounced the name. And The Rock just joked about it. And when he said, "Finally, The Rock has come back to the Superdome," and the way he said Superdome, he said it forcefully, as to make fun of Hulk Hogan for mispronouncing it, to saying it. Like, that was funny. Let's see. Undertaker versus Triple H. Oh, that was a good feud. Both of their matches at WrestleMania 27 and 28 were great. But what I did not know was that they had also fought at WrestleMania 17 at 2000 WrestleMania 17, which would make Triple H the only guy in WrestleMania history to face Triple H, face the Undertaker 3 times. I thought he had only faced Triple H Undertaker twice, WrestleMania 27 and 28, which would have made him like the third superstar in history. Third superstar, which would have made him one of only 3 people to face the Undertaker twice. Because we got Kane twice with the Undertaker. Shawn Michaels obviously we got twice, and Triple H I thought we had only gotten 2 times. So apparently Triple H had faced Undertaker before at WrestleMania. It's 17. 10 years before their no holds barred match at WrestleMania 27. So I figured. So he's basically the only superstar to ever face Undertaker 3 times at WrestleMania. Oh, we got the car! We got the car! Woo! Yeah. Yeah, Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker was great feud. Orton versus Triple H, Big Show versus Cena, yeah. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. That was a great feud. That was a great feud. Especially the match, the custody match, the ladder match at the SummerSlam 2005, in which in which the, in which a briefcase was held, in which the winner would receive custody of Dominic by grabbing a briefcase. That was a great match, and I'm so glad Ray won that match. And I think WWE basically they had to have Ray win that match because it wouldn't have been as good had Eddie won that match. Oof. Edge versus Matt Hardy was a personal feud. That was very personal. That was a personal feud. John Cena versus Randy Orton was good. Batista versus Triple H. Mickey James versus Trish Stratus was creepy. Not that the feud itself is creepy, but it's just that Mickey James. I mean, I know she's not like that now, but when she first came into the WWE, and she basically was playing this like creepy stalker like character was who was just at Trish's side like all the time and just was like constantly like hovering over Trish Stratus and just smothering her with attention. Like, who did she think she was? Trish's own mother? It was just crazy. It was just creepy. And it was just John Cena, obviously. Batista versus Undertaker. Bobby Lashley versus Umaga. Beth Phoenix versus Melina. Edge versus Undertaker. I mean, all of Undertaker's feuds were great feuds. Ray Cool versus Mickey James. John Cena versus The Rock versus The Rock. Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Big Show and Mark Henry. CM Punk and John Cena. Like, dang, that was a good feud. Daniel Bryan versus The Authority. Who remembers that feud? Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. That's a good feud. Ambrose versus Cena versus Rollins. AJ Lee versus Paige. Dolph Ziggler and the Miz. Lifeline versus well, that's everything. That's all the books I got. That's all the books I've got. And I just want to let everybody know that I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't think I'll do this I don't think I'll do more of these more often because most of what I talk about when I go live is WWE wrestling, and those were. I just wanted to show you all those books that I had, and I just want to say that thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming on today with me. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you guys for coming on, and I am going to cut it. I want to. I'm gonna end it now because it's over an hour, and I just want to end this live stream now before it gets too boring. So thank you guys for coming on, and I will more than likely see you guys next Saturday. Next Saturday. If not, then who knows when I'll see you next. But but if I if, but I just want to one more thing I just want to say. Peace, guys. Peace, guys. I just want to say that. Bye, guys. Just see you guys on Saturday, mate. Hopefully on Saturday. Oh no, what's going on? What's going on? It's not letting. Oh no, come on. Come on. Come on. I want to end my